For those of you who don't know Canaan, Canaan has been considered as the lead chip designer in the industry. We actually came out with the first ASIC chip for Bitcoin mining back in 2013. That was when the company was founded. For those of you who have been long enough here, you can see how it all evolved into this beautiful machinery here. Thank God. A quick recap of the history, because we don't have that much time. We do have a booth here, and I'm glad to take you on a full tour on all the things we've done. That's Avalon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And you can see we're referring to the chip sizes. And you can see in 2019, we go back to 16 nanometer, and I'll tell you why. 16 nanometer is a much more mature process on the foundry that we use. It's much more cheaper, and there's much more availability to that chip. So that means, on the cheap side, that we get to do much better pricing per terahash to our end customers, which at the end drives the ROI down, which is ultimately what we're all looking for, given the fact that Bitcoin is so volatile. This is the new form factor for a miner. We used to have a single height miner, just as everyone in the industry. We have a live demo of the unit at our booth. Please make sure to stop by. This is the spec sheet. I'm not going to read through all of it because we don't have enough time. I'm just going to give you the standard and turbo mode. You have a standard 31 terahashes consuming 1,700 watts. You have turbo mode at 36 to 39 terahashes, consuming between 2,300 to 2,400 watts, depending on the ambient temperature. You know, as the temperature rises, the consumption also rises. So key features, benefits of working with us as a manufacturer. Basically, you get the chance to choose your power supply, because we have 3 different power supplies manufacturers. Depending on your input voltage at your facility, you get to choose for 2 different vendors for 240 volts power supplies, 2 different vendors for 277 volt power supplies, 1 different vendor for 110 volt power supply. But I don't know who in their mindset would use 110 volts, but I'll leave that to you. Daisy chain over IP addresses, we are allowed to connect up to 200 machines, which we don't recommend, but you're allowed to do it. In-field repair services, you don't need to ship back the machine to us. There's no need to ship us back the miner. We are more than capable to send you the spare parts. You only need a screwdriver to screw everything off. Just swap out the hash boards. The miner is basically 4 parts. It's a power management unit, a miner manager board, and the hash board, and that's it. You swap out the parts, and you replace them with the new ones that we're going to send you. You don't even need to send us back the parts. So you have less downtime by doing that than just sending us the miner back and having to wait for us to ship it back. You have the temperature. It's something that most of us don't really care, but I have a true story about a farm in Russia who used to fire up the Avalons first so they can warm a little bit the ambient temperature, and then they would fire up the other miners because the other miners wouldn't cool booth. So the temperature ambient was like -7, -10 Celsius. And then when they fired up the Avalons, it got a little warm, and then they fired up the other miners, which I'm not going to mention, brands. Flexible payment terms, you can reach out to me, reach out to Matt Carson, who's also here, reach out to sales@canaan.io. Very flexible on payment terms. You can do deposits from 30% to 40% and then end up paying at the end of right before the shipping. This is maintainability, all the things that I told you about, repairs and being able to repair it yourself and not having to ship as the miner. Single screwdriver, 4 parts, no reason to ship as the miner. Don't lose time with that by doing that. 2 gentlemen, they can, me on the right, Matt here. We're also on the booth. Please stop by if you have any more questions. If you need any live demos, we have a unit there. We have custom projects, such as that specific project. It's a wind farm, and then this project is called Lancium. And those two gentlemen right there will be able to give you a hand if you need any more information about that. That's Raymond and Ike, if I'm not wrong. Hi, guys. And we have the custom board immersion for a specifically made immersion projects. So we have done immersion cooling projects since 8 series. So we have 8 series, 9 series, and 10 series. We have an immersion cooling board of the 10 series right here with us at the booth. So if you have any more questions about these projects or any other custom projects that you need our help with, just we are here to help you and make your ROI faster. Thank you very much. It's a very short time.